On the May 19 edition of GB News Breakfast, presenter Eamonn Holmes had to abruptly interrupt the live broadcast with a breaking news announcement. Eamonn and co-host Ellie Costello were joined by sports commentator Paul Coit, who had just begun discussing Gary Lineker's departure from the BBC and Crystal Palace's surprising victory over Manchester City in the FA Cup. However, before Coit could delve deeper into the sports news, the programme was interrupted by a significant political development. Eamonn informed viewers that a major Brexit-related update had just come through, involving Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer's negotiations with EU leaders. The UK was hosting a high-profile summit in London aimed at resetting relations with the EU post-Brexit. This summit, taking place more than 4 years after the UK officially left the European Union on January 31, 2020, was set to mark a significant shift in UK-EU relations. According to the breaking update, the UK and EU had reached a deal involving access to British waters for EU fishing vessels. Ellie Costello clarified that this involved a 12-year fishing access agreement, a move that insiders described as a major concession by the UK and potentially bad news for British fishermen. Eamonn reiterated the significance of the update, stressing that the EU would have access to UK fisheries until 2038, whereas the UK had only sought a 4-year extension during the negotiations. This long-term agreement was seen as a significant win for the EU, sparking a political debate on the programme. Guest Neesom criticised the UK's negotiating stance, accusing French President Emmanuel Macron of blackmailing Britain into agreeing to extended fishing quotas. She expressed frustration over the deal, questioning what the UK had actually gained in return. Later in the broadcast, Labour's Jonathan Reynolds joined the discussion, defending the deal. He emphasised that this agreement was not an attempt to relitigate Brexit, but rather a practical step toward enhancing trade relations and stabilising international cooperation. Despite his reassurance, the deal ignited fresh controversy around post-Brexit sovereignty and economic fairness, particularly regarding the UK's fishing industry and the influence of EU powers like France in shaping post-Brexit outcomes.